Hey, what's up, y'all? It's MC Yogi, and in this class called Restore, we're going to take 30 minutes to completely refresh, replenish, and re-energize with this deeply relaxing class. So when you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. So to begin, we're going to start by lying flat on the earth. So when you're ready, go ahead and lie down. Make yourself nice and comfortable, and we'll start by stopping. Sliding your shoulders away from the ears, let your feet fall out on either side, and just make your body heavy, sinking down into the ground. Exhaling all the breath out of your lungs, dropping even deeper into the earth. Take a slow, easy, deep breath in through the skin. Now, if you like, you can swallow a few times to moisten your throat, relaxing your jaw, and then sealing the lips so that the teeth are gapped, resting the tip of the tongue just behind the two front teeth, and breathing into the back of the throat, creating a hollowed sound inside the skull. So practicing what's called Ujjayi Pranayama, Samavriti, equal breathing inhale, equal breathing exhale, breathing in and out through the nose like you were fogging up a mirror, creating a deep, resonant sound to hollow out the head. The more we focus on the breath, the more we can soften the skin, allowing the blood to become soft like water, relaxing the nerves, loosening the muscles, and really arriving in the present moment, allowing everything to sink, soften, and land on your mat. Watching the breath as it flows in, watching the breath as it spills out. Take just a few more rounds of that deeply satisfying, soul-quenching breath. Let it soften, taking the edge off, relaxing the mind deeper and deeper, and really feeling into the body. So it's believed that there's over 700 trillion cells shimmering, humming, vibrating, pulsing, shining inside us. The more we relax, the more we can feel that subtle vibration. When you're ready, we'll start to move the fingers and toes, feeling all those cells shimmering and shining like diamonds. Feel those subtle waves when the body moves, creating ripples across the blood. And then on your next in-breath, we're going to reach the arms up over the head, take a nice long stretch. Moving into a little side stretch, see if you can reach your right arm away from your right leg. So creating some length along the right side of the body. And then we'll switch sides, reaching the left arm away from the left leg, creating some space in between the ribs. And then you can go side to side a few times. Keep breathing, keep feeling, keep connecting, keep relaxing. And then when you're ready, come back to center. And we'll nod the head side to side, mixing and blending both sides of the brain together. So we're going to move slow, gathering up the legs, inhale, squeeze the knees into the chest, and then just gently rock side to side like you're on the ocean floor, feeling that heavy current. If you like, you can circle the outer perimeter of the sacrum. You can also stir your hips, roll out your ankles, the whole time breathing and feeling. From here, we're going to hang both legs to the right, falling into an easy twist. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears, you can bend the left elbow if that feels good. And then imagine that the breath is like a huge, light-filled gust of wind rolling through the body. A big wave, so big sound, breathing through the nose to the back of the throat. Long exhale, spilling out through the back ribs. Let's take two more just like that. Inhale to open, expand the lungs. Exhale to feel that wave washing and cascading through the heart. One more. Slowly, slowly, when you're ready, come back to center, squeeze the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug. You can rock side to side if that feels good. And then we'll switch sides. Hang the legs, falling into that easy twist, shoulders away from ears. Deep breath, feeling those steady sets of waves washing through the chest, cleaning the heart, seeing if we can soften the scalp, even relaxing the roots of our hair, the roots of the teeth. Big exhale. Let's take 2 more. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly. When you're ready, we'll come back to center. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Give yourself another big hug. Collecting, gathering, moving everything in toward the middle. And then as you exhale, we're going to plant the feet on the floor, about hips width apart. We're going to give some love to our legs. Taking the right leg straight up, we're going to catch the back of the thigh, interlacing the fingers. Flexing in that top foot as we anchor and root down through the right hip. Feeling the head of the femur bone heavy like an anchor. And then using the breath to really soak and saturate the right leg with that steam. Breathing, feeling, connecting. As we breathe, we can feel the breath moving through the fabric of the skin, the mesh of the muscles, the web of the nerves, breathing even through the bones. And if you want to go deeper, in a very subtle way, you can lengthen through your tail. Keeping the face soft. Let's take one more deep breath. Really light up that right leg. And then we'll squeeze that right knee toward the nose. Inhale, hug the right leg into your chest. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, let it fall. And just pause for a moment. Feel all that fresh blood and oxygen spilling into the right side of the body, like you're irrigating a field, soaking it into the soil. And then let's switch sides. So feet on the floor, left leg goes up. Interlace the fingers behind that left thigh. We'll flex in that top foot, anchoring and rooting down through the hip. And then really wrapping the leg. Deep breath. Breathing with sound and with feeling. Soaking it in through the skin. Notice what happens when the sound of the breath becomes louder and more dominant than the chatter of the thinking mind. So seeing if you can turn up the volume to the breath so that those other sounds and voices subside into those waves. Breathing into the bones. Let's take 2 more. Soften the scalp. Nice job. When you're ready, in your own time, we'll squeeze that left knee toward the nose, hug that left leg in, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, let it fall, landing on the earth. Feel all that fresh blood and oxygen spilling into the left side. Can you feel the cells vibrating, humming, celebrating? Let's reach the arms up over the head again. Take a nice long stretch. See if you can unstick the spine. Nod the head side to side. And we're going to move into our hips from here. So taking the right shin on top of the left thigh, we'll flex that right foot. It's known as square pose. Now you can press the right thigh away with the base of the right palm. Or if you want to go deeper, you can interlace the fingers behind the left thigh, or even reach around and clasp the front of the left shin. Keeping the top foot flexed, let that flexed foot be the opposite reflection of your face, which is completely relaxed. Focusing the breath into the hip, really polishing that ball-bearing joint. Breathing with sound. And feeling how that opening in the hip is like a doorway. So we want to go into that space. Feel how it leads into that light shining in the center. Take one more deep breath in. And then when you're ready, you can slowly release. Squeeze the knee. Inhale, draw the knee to the nose. Exhale, let it fall. Pause. Let that right side become replenished. Switching sides when you're ready. Let's take the left shin on top of the right thigh, flexing in that left foot. And remembering that when we lengthen the tail just a little bit, it could create a deepening of that sensation. Shoulders away from ears. Nice deep breath. Okay, keep following the breath into the body, moving through the hip, into the center. Okay, can you feel how the inhale spreads across the upper back? Threading it through the hip. Let's take 2 more exhales. And then slowly, slowly come back to center. Squeeze that left knee towards your nose, hug it in. Exhale, let it fall. Move your fingers and toes, stirring the blood. Let's reach the arms up over the head again. Take a nice long stretch. Nod the head side to side. And then gather up the legs. We'll squeeze the knees into the chest. When you're ready, let's climb onto all fours. So we'll climb onto our hands and knees. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Let's take a few of those easy cat stretches. Exhale, round the back, hollow the belly, hollow the head. Inhale, arch the spine. Let the spine unravel like a rope. Exhale a few times. Feel the water spilling over the back. Inhale. Deep breath. Exhale, pressing your hands through the mat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And then this time, we're going to slide into downward facing dog. Keeping a little bend in the knees. See if you could slide your hips away from your hands. You can walk out the legs if that feels good. You can walk out your legs, pressing one heel down and then the other. Nice deep breath. Keep soaking that steam in through the skin. And then we're going to set up for pigeon pose. So taking the right knee forward, we're going to land with the leg in between the hands. Now you can always use a blanket bolster block underneath that right thigh. If it's too much, you can always lie on your back and do that same hip opener we did before. Otherwise, turn that left thigh in, lift the heart, take a deep breath in. Enjoy that nice stretch across the top of the left thigh, really pressing the earth. And then from here, as you exhale, we can lower down onto our forearms. You can take your forehead to the floor. You can make a pillow with your hands. Seeing if we can sink the left ribs down. Nice deep breath. Opening that trapdoor inside the right hip. Clearing out all the clutter. Using the exhale to really clean and clear that space in the lower right-hand corner of the body. Let's take 2 more sweeping breaths. Now, if you'd like to go deeper in your pigeon pose, one option would be to thread the needle. Sliding the left arm through, you can take the left ear to the earth. If you want to go deeper still, you can take the right hand, slide it up the middle of your back, and catch the left hand. Okay, so long as we're focusing on the breath, the variation doesn't matter as much. Just maintaining the quality and consistency of that inhale and exhale. Let's take 2 more. And then when you're ready, slowly release. Use your hands to lift your heart. We're going to move into a twist. Take the back leg and step it all the way around on the outside of that right thigh. Take the left hand behind you. It's a royal twist called Ardha Matsyendrasana. We'll reach the right arm up, get tall, and then exhale, turn. You can either hook the elbow or hug the knee, but keep the heart high, lifting the chin just a touch. And then deep breath to really wrap, spin, and spiral around the spine. Breathing deep through the bars of the ribs. If you want to go deeper still, you can also take that top arm and catch the arch of that foot or the knee. 4. And then inhale, look forward. Exhale, unwind. And we'll move into downward facing dog. Walk it out. Nice deep breath. Keep coming back to the rhythm and repetition of the inhale and exhale, keeping the mind connected. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. Slide the left knee forward. We'll lower and land in pigeon pose. Modifying in any way that you need to. Seeing if we can turn that back thigh in, climbing onto the fingertips, lift the heart. So just like an upward facing dog or cobra pose, see if you can shine the heart forward, back of the neck long, deep breath in. And then when you're ready to lower down and rest, we can exhale all the way to the earth, resting on the forearms. You can make a pillow for the forehead. Whatever's comfortable. Exhaling, venting into the ground, opening that trapdoor inside the left hip, clearing out all the clutter. So it's almost like cleaning all those boxes out of the basement, creating space, opening the windows and doors, allowing sunlight to flood that space. Clearing out whatever we don't need. Let's take 2 more exhales, breathing down into the ground. Now if you'd like to go deeper, you want to play with that variation, you can thread the needle, sliding the right arm through, taking the right ear to the earth. If you want to go deeper still, you can slide the left arm up the back, clasp the hands, creating a necklace. Big exhale. See if you can keep the face soft, scalp soft. Let's take 2 more exhales. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly press back up and set up for that twist. So take the back leg and swing it all the way around. Bring the right hand behind you. Lift the heart. You can reach the left arm up as you inhale. Exhale, turn and hook the elbow or hug the knee. Sitting tall, chin up. Turn and we'll look past that right shoulder. You can always go deeper if you want to bind or catch the inner arch of that right foot or the left knee. Okay, so long as the breath is steady, maintaining our connection to the spirit of the posture, the form follows the spirit. Big inhale, long exhale. Let's take one more. Filling the four chambers of the heart. So really opening the chest. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, unwind. Downward facing dog. Step or hop back when you're ready. And you can always walk it out in downward dog if that feels good. We're going to move into a big shoulder stretch. So from downward facing dog, lean forward and hover in your high plank position, and then slowly place yourself on the earth. Exhale. Take the right arm out to the side with your palm facing down in line with your head. We're going to roll onto the right shoulder, right hip. You can rest the right side of your head on the floor. If you need to, you can always use a blanket. And then if you want to go deeper, you can step the left foot behind you, toes pointing toward the back of the mat. Deeper still, you can bend both knees. If you want to stretch into your hips at the same time, half lotus. But again, focusing on the quality of the breath, exhaling into the earth, really combing the inside of that right shoulder. Breathing with sound and with feeling. Breathing along the grain of the muscle. Let's take two more here. 3, 4, and then exhale to the floor. 5, slowly land on your belly. Climb onto your fingertips, move your shoulders away from your ears, and lift into a low cobra. Inhale. Let's do that a few times. Exhale, forehead to the floor to soften the neck. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to bow. One more time. Inhale, peeling off the floor, curling into the upper back. And then exhale, lower slow. Reach the left arm out to the side, palm facing down. And we'll switch sides, rolling onto the left ear. Can stack the legs, bending in that right elbow. If you want to go deeper, you can step the right foot behind you or any other variation. You're really dragging the teeth of the comb along the inside of that left shoulder. Breathing all the way down to the tips of the fingers. Feeling those lines that connect the heart and the hand. The more we untangle those lines, the more we can give freely with less strings attached. Nice deep breath. 3, 4, and then 5. Lower slowly toward the center. Sphinx pose. Climb onto your forearms. Spread the fingers so the hands are heavy. Pull the earth. Imagine you're shining the spotlight of the heart forward and up. Just take a few rounds here. Nice deep breath. So there's a great side stretch we can practice here. Taking the right wrist toward the left elbow, roll onto the right hip. And one of my favorite postures is called Anantasana. Lower down on to the arm and we'll create a headrest with the right hand. And then we can catch this top foot, interlacing or looping the fingers around the big toes, taking the left leg up. A nice deep breath, Posture is inspired by Vishnu, who reclines on an infinite couch or sofa that's made of a snake in an ocean of milk. So that's pretty cool. See if you can open the leg and just reclining, lounging, abiding inside the posture. Nice deep breath. 3, 2, and then 1. Exhale, lower slope. Sphinx pose. Lift the heart. Side stretch. Left hand toward. That right elbow will roll onto the left hip. You can lower down, create a headrest. If you want to play with that variation, interlace the fingers. Extend the leg. Getting the leg up. And then just relaxing into the center of that shape. Nice deep breath. Can you feel the breath moving through all the surfaces of the body? So pulling the mind from the surface back into the center, from the center, exhale, shining out through the surfaces. Let's take 2 more. 3. 4. And then exhale, lower slow. Sphinx pose. And we'll do one more posture. It's a frog pose. We're going to bend the right knee. And we'll lift the heart. Now, a more radical version is to do this with both legs bent. If you want to try that, you can bend both legs. Take the soles of the feet together. You can climb onto your hands if you want to go deeper. It's a pretty radical hip stretch, so go easy. If that's too much, you can also do one leg at a time. Take a few deep breaths, lifting the heart. And then slowly lower down. Nice job. Child's pose. Bending in the knees. You can make a pillow with your hands. Closing the eyes, sealing the senses. Sliding everything back into the envelope. Moving everything back in toward the middle. Taking a few deep breaths here to recover. Okay, from here, you can move into any final finishing postures you want to practice. If you're ready to rest, we can come full circle back into that first pose that we practiced together, just lying flat on the earth, taking the palms facing up, let the feet fall out on either side, and just let everything come back to neutral. Feeling the heavy blanket of gravity, hugging us close to the earth, then just sinking deeper and deeper into ourself, relaxing back into our soul, back into that subtle ocean of diamonds shining inside the middle of our life. You can rest here for as long as you like. Thanks for practicing. Namaste.